Good afternoon. Today we're going to discuss the HR Management Plan, which is a strategy for Flint Hills Community Health Center, presented by myself, Carolyn Zapata. Flint Hills Community Health Center, your health plus more. A lot of people look at human resources as a cost center instead of an investment, but we are going to see how investing in your human resources department is beneficial to your company. 3 areas of focus that we're going to talk about today are recruitment, pay incentive systems, and performance management. When you recruit, it's very important to know your target. That way you know where to advertise, you know where to look, you know where to search. For example, if you are going to look for an entry-level position at Flint Hills Community Health Center, such as the front desk, interpreters, a scheduler, medical assistant, or even an administrative assistant, you look in a different place than you would for those who are on professional levels, like nurse practitioners, dentists, LPNs, RNs, MDs or DOs, or anyone else in the building with an advanced degree. For entry-level searches, for those people such as the front desk staff, it would be okay to post open positions on Facebook or in the local newspaper, or even to attend local job fairs. Now, if you're looking for those on the professional level, you might need to use other sources such as LinkedIn or to advertise at schools, such as if you're looking for a dentist, then you might want to do a job fair close to like the UMKC School of Dentistry. Then I have the fence picture here to say that there's things like geofencing. That is where you target or put a fence around a place such as the UMKC School of Dentistry. So when they surf the web, your ad will pop up in their search bars or on the side of their web pages or in their Facebook feed, things of that nature. We know that internet is the way that a lot of people search for jobs and how they research jobs and companies. So we took a look at Flint Hills Community Health Center's website, which is flinthillshealth.org. And what we discovered is that the web page is very outdated. It's not user-friendly. It's very hard to find specific information. You have to do several clicks to get to what you need to. And when you get to that page that you want, there's very minimal information available for you to look at. It is hard to navigate. Half the screen is taken up by the buttons for you to make payments. And then just in general, that it's not very visually appealing. The pictures are a little grainy. They're a little older. A lot of them are very stock pictures, and it's very easy to tell. There's not any real pictures of staff or of events that the organization does. So there's plenty of ways that that website itself could be updated. There could be more history placed on the website, more information about the organization, because what I did find was data from 2015, I believe. So we needed to update that information so it could be current, so those who are seeking jobs can read that, learn information about the company, and see if they feel like they would be a good fit for the organization before they apply. Again, as we were looking at ways that the company could recruit online, I thought of ways that we needed to improve so we could increase our visibility. When you are on LinkedIn or Glassdoor, there's very minimal information about Flint Hills Community Health Center on the posts. So I think it would be great for there to be small incentives for staff who post information about about Flint Hills on LinkedIn, or those who share the posts on Facebook about Flint Hills Community Health Center. Just small incentives, maybe a movie ticket or a $5 gift card to Starbucks, just something to get staff in the habit of posting about the organization for which they work. I think that HR also needs to make more of a concerted effort to put information about the company into the recruitment posts. And more information about the job, not just the job description, but perhaps the pay, or more information about what our benefits are. And we already discussed that we need to overhaul the company website, and we need to strategically place job openings I think we should also partner with local schools so we can train those future employees that we are looking for. Currently, the Flint Hills Tech College offers an LPN program. I think it'd be great to partner with them so we could um, bring in new nurses or partner with the high school so we can get that front desk staff or those interpreters. I think partnering with our local schools would be a great place to start for those positions like that. There is a program going on in the community now where they're trying to help people think of ways to retain local talent. And I think getting on board with that would be great. One thing they mentioned was perhaps paying for part of the schooling for a student if they agree to sign a contract to work for the organization. So that might be something to look into. And then, of course, we should work on succession planning with our own staff. I think there is a succession plan in place for top administration, but there should also be one for every position within the building. And it's great to promote from within. That way, that shows that we invest in our employees. Our employees know that we are invested in them, and they are more willing to give us more on a daily basis. So what all goes into recruitment? Like, what carrots do we get to dangle in front of potential employees? The fact that there's competitive pay, the insurance packages that we offer, paid time off, education opportunities, and succession abilities are all things that you can mention to help recruit employees to Flint Hills Community Health Center. So when we talk about pay is a very important piece of people's decisions on where to be employed at. And even though we are a federally qualified health center, we still must try to remain as competitive as possible with our pay. And it seems like our upper management and our higher level staff, those who require licensures, they have more competitive pay than those who have those entry level positions like interpreter or front desk staff, and that should be adjusted. We need to decide if we're going to pay the person or if we're going to pay the position. When you pay the person, you're paying for their knowledge, their experience, their skills. When you pay the position, you simply pay a base rate for this position. It doesn't take into account what the person who's filling that role has or what they have to offer. Flint Hills Community Health Center has a great paid time off package. There's not much there that I would touch or change. For sick leave, every employee earns 8 hours of sick leave every month, and you're able to accrue up to 500 hours, which is extremely generous. And then also vacation leave. It varies depending on your longevity. Up to working there for 5 years, you earn 8 hours every month. Once you hit 5 years, you earn 10. Once you hit 10 years, you earn 12. And once you hit 15 years, you earn 14 hours every month. Plus, each employee gets a 20-hour lump sum of vacation leave in January every year. And again, you're able to accrue those hours up to 500 hours. So there's not much at all there that I would touch. It's a very generous package of time off. Education is an area that I think Flint Hills Community Health Center could improve on. They do offer continuing education credits for their LPNs and nurse practitioners, and that's great. But there are also other areas in which they could invest in their staff. There's certifications that they could pay for. Let's say they need help in the lab, they could help pay for someone to go to phlebotomy classes and get that certification. And they could offer loan repayment for some of the staff, such as dental hygienists or dentists or nurse practitioners. And training, I think they can offer more training. They do partner with Fred Pryor, and they have some classes there that people can take. They don't offer time away to do that, so you kind of have to fit it in your daily routine. But I think if they made time for staff to focus on some training, that would be a great opportunity there. On the job training, I think for like nursing staff to learn new things, I think that's great. Or even those like the front desk staff, for them to maybe cross-train in the billing department to learn a little bit more of the company. And then again, succession planning. And then other continuing education. For example, a person like myself who is going to school for human resources, that is something that they could take advantage of. They could even pay a little bit towards that person and have them sign saying that I will work here for this many months to help offset that cost, because my education could potentially impact in a positive way the company. Flint Hills Community Health Center does write off anything, not anything. Flint Hills Community Health Center does write off some medical expenses for employees and their immediate family. So if I was to see the dentist, that doesn't write off if there was something that's not covered. But if I was to see the doctor and my insurance only paid 50% of the visit, then Flint Hills Community Health Center would write off the rest. I think if they added a few more pieces to that, that would be wonderful, such as adding basic labs. Currently, labs do not get written off, but if they added things like A1Cs or CBCs or thyroid labs, I think those would be helpful. Lipids. And if they wrote off simple dental procedures, such as cavity fillings, I think that would be great. Now, if they were having their teeth pulled or dentures made, I don't think that should be something that should be written off. I think instead of writing off like outside x-rays, I think if they slid those on a discounted rate so employees would only pay a minimal fee, I think that would be another great selling point to Flint Hills Community Health Center. And then we get to the performance management. Part of the performance management would be our human resources and information system. And if you have a robust one of those, that will be a great help to the company. It will help save time and in turn help save finances. With a human resource information system, you can follow employees from the posting of a job all the way to their evaluation. So that would include vetting out candidates, that would involve interviewing them, the hiring process, the training process, and then everyday work all the way up to evaluation. So in our evaluations within HRIS, it will help HR stay more organized. I think the company should have quarterly touch bases between staff and their supervisors, and then annual evaluations. I think those evaluations should be based on goal setting and performance. And I think that coworkers should have input into those, because oftentimes a direct supervisor does not work on a daily basis with their reports. So having someone who actually knows someone's work habits, being able to put input into their evaluation would be very beneficial. And I think keeping it simplistic is the best idea. No one has time to do lengthy evaluations for multiple employees, because then again, we're wasting time that they could be using towards actual activities that will impact the bottom line of the company. And then we, of course, when you talk about evaluations, you always talk about raises. At Flint Hills Community Health Center, I think they should focus on cost of living increases and merit raises. Currently, they have a salary cap for every position. I think they need to get rid of the salary cap. I think it penalizes employees who have been with the company for many years, especially since Flint Hills Community Health Center is a CAPERS entity. Those who are retiring from Flint Hills, what they can withdraw from CAPERS is directly based or directly related to their salary for the last 3 years. And I think merit raises should be given on percentages. So if we're all getting a 2% merit increase, it should be based on our current wage. That way it's fair across the board. And of course, at Flint Hills Community Health Center, I think they need to continue to foster creativity and innovation in the company. They need to think outside of the box. There are things like non-traditional work hours. There are the ability for people to bring their small children to work. There could be the ability for people to work outside of the office if they have a position that would allow them to. I think all those type of things should be considered and thought of, and maybe even implemented at Flint Hills Community Health Center to help them have a more successful company. And I want them to remember to look at HR as an investment and not a cost center. You invest, you reap your rewards. Um, you pay for what you get, basically. If you refuse to spend money on recruiting employees and vetting employees so you can get the best person in a position, then you're going to continually spend money replacing that because you're going to have a high turnover rate. And I think if you just look at it from this is an investment in the company, this is an investment in our staff, um, it'll serve Flint Hills Community Health Center a lot better that way. And I want to leave you with the fact that if you have a strong HR, you'll have a strong company. If you can sit down and have a strategic management plan that will help build up the human resources department, and therefore that will in turn build the company. And Flint Hills Community Health Center will continue to grow and flourish and be better because of it.